Hey all, Carl Gasso here. Welcome to Gasso Gathers, and welcome to a really special opening today. So when I first started this channel, I was 38 years old, and now I'm a 39-year-old person just getting into baseball cards, sort of. Although it's been a little while now, so I have a little bit of experience. But for this, in honor of this post-birthday video, we're going to take a little trip overseas to the beautiful country of Japan, where ever since I was a kid, I enjoyed Japanese culture in different ways. I liked some anime, I read some manga, I like the food. Never been actually over there personally. The closest I've been to is Thailand, which close enough, I guess. But never been to like Tokyo. But just to the fact that the fact that I appreciate Japanese culture and I love baseball, it's only appropriate that I would get into Japanese baseball, especially because it's such a unique take on the sport. Japanese baseball has a lot of features that are shared with Western baseball, and also they've grown their own unique culture around it. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to get right into this box. And if you noticed from the screenshot or from the post, I have a little something extra too after the opening. So we're going to get right into this. We're just going to do the whole box, I think. This nice little retail box that I got for a super deal on eBay. I was actually really shocked how fair the seller was. So it's a really nice box. It's Topps. The look of it almost has that Allen and Ginter look to it. So I don't plan on really going crazy on collecting specifically Japanese baseball cards, but I knew I had to get a little taste, a little sample. There's so many teams, the whole structure of Japanese baseball is just neat to me. I do specifically consider myself a Tokyo Giants fan. I mean, it really kind of just makes sense, the fact that my appreciation for New York baseball, being that the influence of New York baseball transcends entire countries, Tokyo being considered the New York of Japan, it only made sense that, they take on at the time the New York Giants' name, because it didn't really make sense for them to be the Yankees, right? And here we go. Hagio, very nice. Nice little refractor there. So yeah, there was they wouldn't call themselves the Yankees. It didn't really make sense to call themselves the Dodgers either. The Dodgers at the time weren't a particularly a big team. They just it just made sense that it would be the Giants. And I think it's really cool. So we have a Dina Baystars. So a part of what got me really starting to get into and actually following, this is what the back of the cards look like, by the way, actually following teams is one of the players I follow is especially on YouTube, Trevor Bauer. And being that he's right now playing for the Baystars, and watching his videos and seeing getting that point of view too is a really great look into Japanese baseball culture. There's a few other YouTube channels that deal with it. I mean, the best one, I guess, would be Gaijin Baseball. He does just amazing little documentary pieces on the history of the sport. And yeah, just everything about the dynamics of it is very interesting, especially, with Trevor Bauer. It's so interesting that, players who end up not, necessarily doing great, or for whatever reasons, it's not happening in America, but then they go on to have these amazing careers overseas, whether it's there or any other leagues. I mean, that in itself is just a really like interesting aspect of the sport to me. Where you don't have a great, don't have it great in the States, but then you just, you just go into another league and just all of a sudden you're like, you can be like an all-star. These are pretty nice. These are, it's like I said before, it's so nice opening new cards because, sometimes dealing with the 90s cards I do gets a little daunting because they can be sticky together, so I have to like constantly be careful. These I can just kind of rip and slide around and it's all good. And like this is so perfect because obviously this team is modeled off of the LA Dodgers, former Brooklyn Dodgers, but they added a little bit of their cultural what's relatable to them. So now they're the Dragons. It's just such a neat kind of syncretization. If I might use a $10 word. Great. These are interesting that they're very full-on headshots. No real action shots. I don't know if that's something specific to this type of set or if that's just generally culturally what they do with their cards and mainly. Let me know in the comment section if anybody knows. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. We have a mini card. That's awesome. So this is like, I don't know, is this supposed to be like their Allen and Ginter sets, or is that normal? Another great example of being influenced by an American team, but having your own identity. The Hiroshima Carp, clearly based a lot of their look on the Cincinnati Reds. The interesting thing about the Hiroshima Carp is they have, right now they're playing with this, I hope it's mainly just an alternative, it's like an alternate uniform where their main colors are red and white, but they have this jersey where it's red on red, right? Like the jersey's red, and the numbers are outlined in black or a dark blue, whatever color that's supposed to be. But the numbers and the name is also red. And it's very, another little mini card. And it's probably one of the most unique baseball jerseys I've ever seen, but I don't necessarily think that's a good thing. So basically the interesting thing about Japanese uniforms is that they don't have an exact, precise look to them that they absolutely have to stay to. And for an example, like, so they have the straightforward, what could be easily just another MLB uniform where it's, patchwork and the jersey, but then other teams like, oh my God, of course now, I'm looking for the Bay Stars. There we go. Well, other teams, they have a more kind of, and now you don't want to focus, another kind of almost like a Euro style where it's not patchwork, it's just a design for the jersey. And so these teams come up with some very interesting and unique things. And the thing about the Carp jerseys is that the red is a kind of like a suede, not suede, but like a silky type look, right? So the red on red does work because the uniform red is just the regular jersey, but then it stands out still because the wording and the numbers are like shiny. So it does work, right? I just hope it's one of those things that it doesn't catch on. Like I said, it's very it's a unique jersey. You gotta check it out. The Carp, the Hiroshima Carp alternative red jersey. It's a really neat mini refractor card. I like it. But it's like it's still, no matter how you can make it out, like it's still kind of difficult. Like you still kind of have to look. It's not. It's I would assume that maybe being in the crowd, being out in the crowd, it's got to be not the easiest to differentiate between players when all you're seeing is red on red. But hey, another little. These are like neat. As we have a couple more packs to go, as we finish up, I'll get into the little post-opening surprise. So one of the other YouTube channels I follow is the Japan Book Hunter, and it's a guy who lives in Japan, and the whole series is him hunting for kind of rare manga, and in all the little shops in mainly Japan, in Tokyo. And I just so happened to be just watching one of his videos, and it was something, it was like, read these 13 horror mangas for Halloween, right? I'm like, the Halloween episode, down for that, so I'm watching this, and this was last month, and he's going through the books, and he brings up, I'm not a baseball fan, but I do love this horror book, and I'm like, what is that about? And he shows the book, and it turns out it's about a young, it's about a boy who's a fan of the Tokyo Giants, and he's cursed. And the curse starts when he's at a baseball game. So here's the book. This is a little violent, so I don't know what the YouTube rules are when it comes to like certain things. It's not the most violent book you'll ever see, but it's like I still feel it's not typical of what I do on the channel. So I feel like I have to be a little careful. But so basically, this is a horror book about a cursed Tokyo Giants fan, and it's also it's a vintage piece. This came out, I believe, in the late '80s. That's the artist there. Yeah, obviously it's in Japanese, but the Google Translate camera option actually works pretty well with this. So I haven't finished reading it, but basically, it starts off with that's Tokyo. That's a stadium. That's not the dome. That might be the Tigers one because they're playing the Tigers. I don't know. But you can see that they're actually playing the Hachian Tigers. And ultimately, he realizes that there's something wrong when he views the game as the Giants losing. But when he gets home, his mom's like, oh, the Giants won. That's great. And he's like, what are you talking about? And he watches the news report, and they talk about the Giants getting a walk-off home run and winning the game and breaking the losing streak. And he comes to realize that there was a old man in the crowd that gave him something to drink. And I think from what I understand this is going is this was where the curse started. And this is the actual book. Japan Book Hunter actually sells a lot of the books that he finds in his video. So this is the actual physical book that he's handling when he's showing it off, from what I understand. And it's great. It's just one of those moments that it's like, it's okay. It's manga, it's vintage, it's horror, it's baseball, it's the Tokyo Giants. I mean, it's made for Carl. It's made for Carl Gasso, and I had to have it, and I had to share that with you. So that'll just about wrap up this special little overseas Gaijin sports card feature. If I understand this is not up everybody's alley, but if you feel like if you enjoy like this type of oddity stuff, I am also an independent author myself. If you're so inclined, you can check out my books on Amazon under Carl Gasso, the Greater Region series. And with that, thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.